Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and we're back with another episode of Coaster Spotlight. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at Anaconda, created by Liam Lizard 2003. So, stay tuned, and let's check it out. Alright, this was a submission sent in by one of our Discord builders, and he says, "Hey Johnny, this is my biggest blueprint, and I have been working on very hard, and I didn't create everything. The treehouse was made by Wix, and the plane by the second lift hill was extraordinaire. Would also like to say a big thank you to Zafor for helping me, giving me ideas. Thank you for reading." Awesome. So, quick look at his workshop here, Anaconda by Liam Lizard 2003. Come rate it, favorite it, subscribe to it. Let's get it some more subscribers and ratings, and links will be down in the description as always. All right, so let's check out what we're looking at here. He said blueprint, but it's actually a park. And fun little fact, oh, you could actually turn this into a blueprint, but there is a lot of terrain. Might not be that easy because you're out of pieces. I don't think you could get enough rocks in here to get it to 4K, so that's fine. It is what it is. It looks really cool though. And little fun fact, everybody, this is our first time actually looking at the steel Hydra. Boom. From the 1.2 update. Not the first time. We saw this in Channel 5 Gaming World of Wonderland, but it's the first coaster spotlight of a steel Hydra. So that should be fun. Give us, we could try a few different perspectives on this and see what it's all about. So we got some Wix tree forts going on in here. What he said, extraordinaire helped him with ideas, and Wix also did. He said tree fort, so I'm assuming this tree was made by Liam. It's very there's a lot of repeatingness in it. I think you could have spaced them out a little bit more. Nonetheless, it looks pretty crazy. It's very neat. Now, I wonder if you're going to turn this into a park. I love this tropical jungle theme you have going on here. It looks really neat. So, and then this, oh, was this is Extraordinaires, I think, right? And he said maybe Zafor was helping him with the ideas, and Extraordinaire made the plane. That might have been it. Very cool. All right, quick peek at it at nighttime here. So not a lot of lighting. You could have used probably a bunch of torches everywhere. For sure. The fact that Wix's thing is the only thing lit up is a little bit strange. Definitely consider your nighttime experiences, because when you're submitting for these spotlights, guys, I know not everybody likes to play their parks at nighttime. In fact, it's sometimes rare. But it's good for videos, and it's good for experiences trying it in both day and night. And I personally love lighting up parks at nighttime and checking them out. They're a lot more spectacular at nighttime in some cases, unless it's a big giant tropical thing like this. So this one would probably excel better at daytime anyways. However, if you did a lot of good lighting, you get a lot of really neat light poking through the trees and stuff, and it can give you some really cool, warm and inviting, and sometimes eerie feelings going through jungles like this with nighttime lighting. So that's all my feedback for you. Other than that, this looks pretty cool, so I'm excited to ride this steel Hydra. Let's take a look at the stats. Excitement's a 3.58, pretty low. Fear of a 2.12 and a nausea of a 0.26. Pretty mild. 200 seconds in length and 2,000 meters long. So quite a long experience. Maybe lift could have been steeper. I noticed this with another member. Some people don't notice that you can actually increase the steepness of the lift. You can pull that up. So the lift is very long, but you don't get lifted up very high. So definitely could increase the steepness of that, and you could have probably gotten away with maybe a drop from about here, and then the overall speed of the coaster would be generally faster throughout the entire run. And that speed would probably increase the excitement factor up to a 6 or a 7. In fact, it's something we could probably try after we ride it and see how that goes. And you do also have 2 lifts. Had it been going faster, you might not have needed one, but it would have to be twice as high. The coaster probably could handle the speeds. If we look at the biggest The max speed is 60 miles an hour and the average speed is 23 miles an hour. You definitely probably get that 60 to about a 75 and 80. And then the average speed, you want to probably try and hit about 30 or 40. So a simple fix of the lift height would definitely do that. So there you go. That's my feedback. Let's check out this Steel Hydra for technically the first time. All right. We'll start off in the regular seat perspective, and then we'll try cinematic. I haven't played with the Steel Hydra yet, but one thing I'm thinking is you could still probably do the banking pretty hard. Now, if it had that speed that I was talking about, you could bank that track almost completely sideways, and this Steel Hydra will swing completely out to the side, and you'd be flying sideways, and it'd be pulling you around the corners. And I think that's probably what you would want to aim for with the Steel Hydra. Get it to go completely sideways and just pull around those corners at crazy speeds. It's getting me curious to see how far you can get this thing to swing out. Definitely has potential. All right, we're gonna look at it in cinematic, and then I feel like we should play around with it a little bit. Alright, let's do a little bit of playing with this thing. I think there's some pretty good vistas here and some interesting shots. I just feel like the coaster itself needs a little bit more speed. So let's see if we can do something really quick here. So as I was saying, yeah, you can get this to go up steeper. See that? Now, Not entirely sure how much higher we should go, but we could just try this. That might be enough right there. Seems like the steel Hydra can't drop that quickly. Sometimes what I usually do is what you just saw there, auto-connect it, and then you can just smooth it. And maybe we can get this to bank quite harder. I'm thinking now that it has the speed that we're looking for, we can get it to try and lift that steel Hydra sideways as much as possible. And take a little bit more radical banking around some of these turns. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you get the idea. Just a few spots here and there that could probably be overbanked. I'm curious to see what the results are. We'll let it do a run. Same thing could be done to this lift. I did see it went into the orange excitement, so I might have made it worse. I might have brought it up too high. Let's see. So from the first test result, we did get the excitement up, I believe. Our max speed 71 miles an hour, and our average speed is 27 now. So I don't think I overkilled it. Now you do have a block section here / brake station, so it's coming in pretty hot here. Kind of feel like maybe this section needs to be thought out a little bit differently. Maybe the block section should be here, so it can come in nicely and stop here instead. Or maybe even just let it come flying through. I don't know. Seems a little bit strange. So this first lift, we'll try the same thing. See how I auto-connect there and it's all, this whole thing is just wobbly and ugly? You just stretch that up, smooth. And she's fixed. And then we just bank it as much as possible. You might even be able to individually bank them. No, that should be good. Now, obviously you want to go in here. I'm thinking for certain spots like this, you'd want to really push that banking sideways. So it literally hugs the tree and flies around it. But just playing with this, guys, just, you know, giving this a test, it's actually got me really interested in trying this steel Hydra thing. Well, in most inverted coasters, you bank outward. Other coasters, you bank inward. But this one, it accentuates that so much more because the cars are hanging underneath. And while most inverted coasters you're hanging very close to the track itself. You're just kind of dangling. This one's like literally hanging from poles, so you get much more outward banking. So it pushes that to the limit quite heavily. So anyways, I think that's almost good enough. Yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, let's check out these test results. Well, we got it up to a 5, a 4, and a 1. I would even say you could probably even go a little bit crazier than I did. Now it does come to a screeching halt here, so this part it's gonna have a low excitement factor. All right, let's give it a ride for ourselves and see how it rides in first person now that we're going a little bit faster. Not too bad. I feel like it needs more time to gain that speed and pull around those corners. Not quite. I guess the cars are very heavy, so it's not swinging out nearly as much as I thought it would. Nonetheless, the ride experience is much faster and a lot more exciting. Definitely pulled a lot around that bend. Really like that. I could have banked that spot a little bit more too. Very cool. So a little bit of an improvement there, and I think some decent feedback. You could probably go a little bit bigger with your landscapes on this one. So next time, I'd say push that landscape as crazy as you can. Test it out, see how many big giant turns you can get, and how far you can push that hard outside banking on that steel Hydra, and really try and push your landscape. Remember that the lifts can go much higher, much sooner, and then capitalize on that with your giant mountains and terrain. I think you've done a good job here. I think some of the feedback that I provided is going to allow you to push that further in your next build. So I'm excited to see some more steel Hydras, and for everybody that's watching, hopefully you can use that feedback and see how crazy you can get that steel Hydra to go sideways and how fast you can push that before it starts cranking up the fear levels. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what kind of stats we can push on this steel Hydra. So very cool, and very fun theme and layout for our first ever steel Hydra coaster. So there you go, everybody. That was Anaconda by Liam Lizard. Links will be down in the description as always, and that's going to do it for this episode of Coaster Spotlight. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more daily Planet Coaster videos. And if you guys want to support the channel, you can do so by becoming a patron or leaving a donation or tip using the links down in the description. All right, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye now.